And so in this video, in just 5 minutes, we will cover the basics of Numpy.
So here we have a notebook from Google's machine learning crash course. So the first thing we are going to learn is how to uh, create an array with specified numbers. So we are storing this array in this variable. Next, we are specifying our 2D array. Here we are specifying more than one rows, and the result will be like this. We can also create an array with zeros. We can specify the dimensions here, and we will get the matrix of that much zeros. Similarly, we can create a vector or an array for the ones. We can also specify and tweak with the dimensions. Now, if we want to populate an array with a sequence of numbers, what we can do? Here we are populating an array starting from 5 and ending before 20, and it will take a step size of 2. We can make this step size 1. It is important to note that the last value is not included in the result set. Next, we are using line space. What line space does, it starts from this point and ends at this point and creates this many steps in between. If we want to create 10 steps, we will get that. Next, how we can populate an array with random numbers. So to do that, we can use the random method from the Numpy, and we can call random integer. So this will create random numbers, random integers with the lower bound of 50 and upper bound of 101, and we just need 6 of them. If we want a matrix, we can get that. If we want to get the floating numbers between a certain range, we can get that as well. But if we want between 0 and 1, we don't have to specify the low and high arguments. So here, if we want to get 6 by 6 matrix of random floating numbers, we can get that. So by default, the low is 0 and the upper is 1. A really important functionality of the Numpy is broadcasting. So let's assume you want to add number 2 to this vector. Linear algebra provides you the constraint that you should create another vector with all the elements 2, so that you can add 2 to each element of this vector. However, with broadcasting we don't have to do that. We can simply add 2 and Numpy will take care of satisfying the dimensional constraints. Same is true for matrix multiplication. We have multiplied each element with 3. So now we want to create a simple data set with 2 values. One is the feature and the other is the label. So the feature is a sequence between 6 and 21. 20 is inclusive, and y can be calculated by this equation. So we will simply create a sequence of integers from 6 to 20. We have provided 21 because it will not be included, and we need 20 in the sequence. Next, we will use feature to create the label. So here we have our feature and our label. Next, we want to add some noise to our data. We can simply do that by using the random method. So here we have created some noise in the form of a vector which has 15 elements, and we just added it to the feature. Next we calculated our label. So that's about it. In the next video we will talk about how to use pandas. So see you in the next video.